So it's not only your habits, it could be environmental or biological conditions that could lead to oily skin.
Yes, absolutely right.
Do you even have an oily skin?
Oily skin could also be a blessing for you.
बचपन से हमने सुना है कि बेसन लगा लो, दही लगा लो.
I would say leave the kitchen in the kitchen.
Do we really need a Korean glass skin? Is it even achievable?
Well, I would say, isn't Indian skin beautiful?
Why does the oily skin happen? Like, is it because you eat a lot of oil? I don't know.
No. Here I would say,
Today I feel that this glow is all worth it.
you have earned it.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the oiliest of them all? Well, do you think it's just you who's asking this question? No, it's a lot of us. Hello everyone, I'm Ankit Bhatla. Some of you know me as an actor, some of you know me as an anchor, an entrepreneur, and a lot of you know me as a skin enthusiast. Welcome back to Skin Science with Doux, the podcast where beauty meets science. Every episode, a beauty skin enthusiast like me teams up with a dermatologist to ask the questions you've been searching, scrolling, and stressing about. Together, we'll find out what's a real skincare trend and what's just a trap. Today, we are diving into oily skin, one of the most common concerns out there. And to guide us, I have with me the celebrity dermatologist, Dr. Deepika Shetty, a board-certified dermatologist with years of experience in tackling oily skin, acne, pigmentation, and all that stresses us out. What makes her special is how she makes science easy and practical, something you and I can actually use in our everyday routine. So with drum rolls, please welcome Dr. Deepika Shetty.
Hey, thank you so much for such a warm welcome.
You're more than welcome because we are really honored to have you here. I mean, today we are going to bust all the myths related to oily skin.
Yes, what a privilege. Thank you so much.
All right, so let's do it.
Done. Let's do it.
So first question, all right. So I've heard a lot of people say, "Mera skin oily hai, mera skin combination hai, mera skin, ye hai, wo hai." How do you really identify that? Do you even have an oily skin?
Very good question. I would say, first of all, oily skin is a normal kind of skin to have. That means many people have this. But how do you identify? It's a small test that you can do in the morning. As soon as you wake up in the morning, take a tissue and dab it all over your face. If you feel the entire tissue is soaked, that means you have entire face which is oily. But if you feel it's only the T-zone which is oily, that means you have a combination skin. I think this will help you to identify your oily skin here.
So it's not the shine, it's actually the tissue paper test.
No, here I would say the tissue paper helps you to identify your skin type. But shine could be because of your oily skin or could be because of your products.
Okay, well, we'll get into that.
Yes.
Now, is there something called as overwashing? Because, I remember as a kid, my mom used to say, khel ke aayo, muh dho, whatever you come out, just make sure you wash your face twice, thrice. Is there something called as overwashing your face?
Well, I would say overwashing is definitely bad for the skin. Why? Because if you do so, you rip away the extra oil from your skin. And when you do that, you're actually sending wrong signals. Your skin gets a signal, Arey, I'm feeling dry. So once dry means produce more oil. And that's what we don't want to do. We actually want to keep the oil balance right.
So keeping the oil balance right is important.
Yes.
All right. So now I understand how to identify if your skin is oily. Now tell me, why does the oily skin happen? Like, is it because you eat a lot of oil? I don't know.
Well, your skin gets oily because of the science behind it. As you understand, when we see our skin, we see tiny pores, right? Now, these tiny pores lead to our sebaceous glands. These are glands that produce sebum. That's the oil that comes out. Now, the lot of advantages of this. The advantage is that it hydrates the skin. It's an antioxidant. It lubricates the skin. But what happens when this factory starts producing more oil? That's so much oil on your face then. So what are the reasons for this extra oil? Now, who stimulates or who's a trigger point for this? The first could be a genetic factor. Like if it runs in the family, your appa amma have oily skin, you too have it. That means you inherit this quality from them. The second could be your environment or your climatic condition. If you're in a place which is hot, humid, your skin also tries to protect you. So that's where the mechanism gets into action and there's more oil production. After that, could it be a hormonal reason? Like when you are in your early puberty, I'm sure you would have also noticed it. And I also, I mean, I'm the one also who experienced it, where there is a lot of oil. And we try to understand. And the second time is during your menstrual cycle. And that's a struggle all the time we all of us face, right? Apart from this, is any stressful conditions that could lead? Yes. If you're also doing a lot of products, that means layering your face with a lot of products, you cause a condition where you're slugging your skin. That also causes a lot of oil. So these are the conditions that lead to oily skin.
So it's not only your habits, it could be environmental or biological conditions that could lead to oily skin.
Yes, absolutely right.
Oh, fantastic. This is quite an insight. Thank you, doctor. So, guys, did you know about this? I didn't. So, thank you so much for this beautiful insight. Now, tell me something. I understand that it's not really your habits, but it could be any of these factors. And the shine is not always bad. So, what are the pros and cons of having an oily skin?
Well, I would say apart from managing your skin, understand one thing that oily skin could also be a blessing for you. How a blessing? You always have that radiant sheen on your face, right? And the second thing is you don't actually react to harmful actives or something. Why? Because your skin has a protective shield. And the third thing is very important, and that is you age gracefully. Isn't that lovely?
Absolutely. I think none of us want to really age, right? I mean, age
Absolutely,
gracefully, I
yes.
should say. So that's amazing. Now today I feel that this glow is all worth it.
Yes.
So
You have earned it.
we have earned it with all our biological and environmental factors. Now, tell me something. If oily skin is inevitable, then how do we deal with it smartly?
A few habits, like change your habit or how you're going to manage your skin. The first thing I would say is what you're going to use on your face is very, very important. Your ingredient matters. That means a right product for oily skin. So when you choose your face wash, use a face wash which is non-comedogenic and which has certain ingredients which will suit your oily skin. Your face wash is very important. And when you wash your face, see that you wash it twice and not overdo it. The second thing that you can do is use a good scalp cleanser. Because what happens is when you have oily skin, you could be having an oily scalp also. You're taking care of this part of your face, you're cleansing and washing, but you leave your scalp unattended. That means that oil is also going to seep on your face and cause a problem, right? So you should wash your scalp well. Now, the third thing is when you go to bed, remember one thing that your pillow cover should be changed every second or third day. Because when you're going to have so much of grease, understand one thing, you're going to have a media for bacteria to grow. And that's going to be in contact with your skin. And the last one I would say, please do not pick on your acne. The more you pick on your acne, the more scars, and you increase the cycle of acne. These are the important habits that you could follow. I mean, you are in a best mode to manage yourself.
Oh, excellent. Well, I think I've heard my mom say this a lot, at least the last part, and a couple of those as well. It's just that I think in this whole, life and running around, we forget to really manage all of this so easily. So tell me, what are the ingredients that are absolutely necessary to manage an oily skin?
Yeah, putting a routine in place is very important, I would say. Let's start with an AM routine and let's start with a PM routine. I'm sure it's a doable and a manageable scene. Why? All you have to do is use a good face wash. When you pick up a face wash, remember that the actives are very important there. So you'll have acids which are skin friendly. It's alpha hydroxy acid or a beta hydroxy acid. Now this takes out the extra oil and maintains the oil on your skin. So cleanse very gently. Now it's written non-comedogenic, that's very important. And it's always a gentle cleanser. So that's how you got to be very gentle with your skin too, right? I see some people just rubbing hard. The more you put friction or pressure on your skin, again, the signal is produce more oil because that's a trigger, right? That's a reason you got to be gentle with your skin.
So basically, no rubbing your skin with towels, just gently tapping
Just be
it.
gentle. Very, very gentle. Very gentle.
Be gentle, guys. Be gentle. Okay, so what more?
And the second thing, don't think this is over and you can go straight away to your sunscreen. Why? Who says oily skin does not require a moisturizer? You need to hydrate your skin. And once you hydrate your skin, it is important that you use a serum here. Why? Because oil-based, right? So when you pick up a product, again, it's a serum. So it's not too greasy on your skin. And when you pick up a serum, what's the benefit of this? It improves the hydration of your skin and keeps it hydrated for long hours. So you're done for the morning half. After that, you followed up with a sunscreen. Now, when you pick up a sunscreen, you'll pick up a gel base or a matte finish one. Again, no chip, you're comfortable. You want to repeat it after 2 hours? Done. So this is where you're done with your morning routine. Then you start off with your evening one. Evening, the repetition of your face wash, as you've done this once in the morning, again in the evening. But during the day, if you feel your skin is, extruding a lot of oil, remember, just take a tissue and just dab it and you're done with it. No need of washing. In the night, a good face wash, you repeat the same one. Again, you moisturize it. Okay, once you moisturize it, then the next step would be you could layer it with products where you know that you have certain concerns like acne, marks, or any other issue. You can top it up with it. This is how you take care of your skin. And this routine helps you to manage your oily skin and look radiant at the end of it. So remember one thing that I told you. You age gracefully in this.
All right, guys. Well, this is a very easy skincare. I mean, this is something that even I can follow. So
absolutely. Keep it simple and follow it.
Excellent. So I'm just going to recap it for myself and for everybody else. So you get up in the morning, use a face wash for oily skin, which is mild.
Yes.
And then we use a serum for hydration. And then we use a sunscreen.
Absolutely right.
And in the day, if you feel oily, just tap your face with tissue paper and you're done. Now we move to the evening. We use the same face wash. And then we use a serum for hydration. And if you have pimples or acne, we use our product, we layer it up, and we are done.
So we use actives which take care of those concerns.
Excellent. This makes it so simple. Okay, so this brings me to the next question, which is there a mistake that people with oily skin are doing? What should they really avoid?
Well, as you understand that taking care of your skin is so easy, in case you do not follow this routine and you get carried away by certain trends or you get carried away by tempting products, trust me, that is where you end up ruining your skin. For example, you've got a good face wash and you feel that, oh my God, this is not enough. I just washed in the morning, I just washed in the evening. No. So I would say don't overdo it. Don't overwash your face. Okay. And second thing is, maybe you have used makeup. So there's a tendency to take out this makeup with a double wash. Sometimes that's okay, but I would say not to overdo it. And the second thing is, please identify the right product when you have to moisturize. Actually, the major mistake is in picking up your product. When you go to decide your product, please read the ingredient. Always read that this product is for oily skin. This is non-comedogenic. That means your product should not give rise to acne. Now, these are the important things that you should look for.
Great. So, now that we're talking about ingredients, could you give us the list of maybe some important ingredients that we should look at when we are buying a product for oily skin?
Yes, definitely. When you're using a face wash, when you're going to buy a face wash, remember one thing, that because you have oily skin, you are looking out for those right acids. That means you could look out for a face wash which has glycolic acid, salicylic acid, hyaluronic acid. These things work well for your skin. Now, the second thing that you could also look out for in your serums is hyaluronic acid, niacinamide. You could also look for ceramides. Now, these, what they do, they don't only protect your skin, but they improve the barrier mechanism of your skin. And the last one is when you're going to pick up your sunscreen, remember one thing. Again, your sunscreen should be a gel-based. If you use a greasy sunscreen, trust me, it's again slugging of your skin and clogging of your pores. You're going to lead to another problem. That means from one pan to another pan. So pick up a right sunscreen, which is gel-based and mattifying.
Well, I'm sure now that we are more aware about the ingredients, so when we go to the shop to buy the products, we know what to buy. So thank you once again. Now, coming to sunscreens, there's I've heard so much about it, I use it every 2 hours. There is a matte sunscreen, gel-based, fluid-based. Now there's a spray sunscreen. So what do you have to say about it? Which one am I supposed to use?
So when you decide to pick a sunscreen, remember one thing, the three important things. First is it could be a gel-based, a matte finish one, and the third option that you have is fluid-based. Apart from these, I would say oily skin will not be comfortable with any other sunscreen.
Got it. That's absolutely excellent. So don't believe what Instagram has to tell you.
Well, I would say yes, you get some knowledge, but here you have to choose what is right for you.
And
everything
now,
isn't wrong.
And now with Dr. Deepika Shetty's guidance, we know what is right and what we need to choose for ourselves.
Yes.
A quick rapid fire with our beautiful Dr. Deepika Shetty. Okay, so as the rule goes, I'm going to ask you a question. You have to answer it without a thought.
Done. Let's give it a try.
All right, the first one, an oily skin habit that needs a quit.
Overwashing.
Well, the second one, the oily skin superpower.
You age gracefully.
Excellent. Well, we talked about that.
Yes.
The third one, can I use my morning spit on my face to clear the acne?
You tell me? No. You actually have a basin for it.
I love this one. Well, a toothpaste can be used as a face mask.
It's toothpaste. So where does it go? Yes. So it doesn't go as a face mask.
Not a face mask, guys. Invest in a good face mask if needed, right? The last one, is CTM routine still a thing?
Well, it's age-old method. So now to change to cleansing, serum, moisturizing, and sunscreen. So it's CSMS.
CSMS is the new thing
Yes.
and not the old one that we're talking about. Thank you. That's a wrap to a rapid fire. Moving on. So एक काम करते हैं, while bursting the myths about oily skin, let's also burst some more myths, right? So I'm going to throw some oily trends at you and you're going to tell me if it's a trend or a trap. So is it science or non-science?
Perfect. So let's hear it.
The first one. I think recently I've heard that people put petroleum jelly on their face overnight and, sleep and they get up with like this beautiful, flawless skin.
Well, it is a trap. It's not a trend. Why it's a trap? Because when you use petroleum jelly on your face, you're actually blocking your pores. There's clogging of pores happening. And that leads to slugging of your skin. That means your skin is going to give you so much of problems. So that means an oily skin applying petroleum jelly is more acne, more problems. It's definitely a trap. Not advisable at all.
So it's a trap, guys. Don't fall for it. The next one, I'm sure you all will agree with me. On Instagram, we have seen so many reels where people are dunking their face in ice, rubbing ice over their face. Is that a trend or a trap?
Ice dunking is a perfect trend to follow. Why? The benefit is it reduces oil. So if you have an event or a function, remember that you could do that and it allows your makeup to stay on for long hours. It's a temporary 4 to 5 hours period where you know you're going to be oil-free. A perfect trend to follow and not a trap.
Excellent. Okay, just digging more into this. Ice dunking, the entire face, or is it applying ice on your face?
Ice dunking is better. Why? When you do ice dunking, it's uniform and it's a perfect way of doing. When you have to rub ice on your face, sometimes some people can get sensitive to it because it gets a little harsh on the skin. So this in water is better because you have ice water, right? Instead of the direct ice on your face. Ice dunking is better.
Excellent. Now comes one of the things that I've heard the most. Korean glass skin. Do we really need a Korean glass skin? Is it even achievable?
Well, I would say, isn't Indian skin beautiful?
Look at this.
Yeah. And I feel do not chase that word glass skin. Why we all of us are born beautiful, whether it is oily skin, normal skin or dry skin. But what is important here is use the right ingredients for the right skin. You don't have to chase glass skin then.
Perfect. That makes sense. Indian skin is beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, the next one, niacinamide, one of the hero products that we've heard over the past few years, especially it's become very famous. So niacinamide as the oil control hero. Is it a trend or a trap?
Niacinamide is a hero product here. Why? Because it is one ingredient when used on the skin, but here what is important is to follow it. You have to regularly use this product to see the benefits that it gives you. It definitely works on the acne, works on the skin hydration. The second thing is the skin texture also improves with. So definitely a hero which can be present in all your products, starting from your serums, your moisturizers. Also, these days I see it's available in face washes. A little advice here before you go and explore much about this hero product. Please speak to your dermat, get an advice to see what your routine could be with niacinamide.
Perfect. So niacinamide is a good product, a hero product, but do consult your dermatologist. All right, the last one. Now this one is my favorite, okay? बचपन से हमने सुना है कि बेसन लगा लो, दही लगा लो, नींबू लगा लो, हल्दी लगा लो. So this is like these DIY hacks that everybody does, oily skin for, tan removal. What do you have to say about it?
I would say leave the kitchen in the kitchen. All these ingredients are for the kitchen. Okay. When you have science backed products or you have evidence based products which have gone through clinical trials, please start using those products. Do not damage your skin with these products because tomorrow the damage is so much. To have a damage control, you have to run to your doctor. इससे अच्छा the kitchen ingredients be in the kitchen, and what has to be on your rack for your skin should be something which has more science-based evidence to it.
All right, guys, before I let our dear Dr. Deepika Shetty go, I have to ask you, is there an age to start skin vestment?
Well, skin vestment is very important, and I feel there's no barrier for this. All age groups fall under this skin vestment. The right age has a right product, and the right problem again has a right product. Everyone must use it and should use it.
Fantastic. Well, this was truly, truly knowledgeable, insightful, and I'm sure all of you who are watching this video must be so, what should I say, ekdam brahma gyan prapt ho gaya hoga about oily skin, and there's nothing to worry now. So thank you so much, Dr. Deepika Shetty.
Privilege. Thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love the whole insight about oily skin. And I realized oily skin isn't a curse. It's about balance and smart care. And that's a wrap on decoding oily skin here with Skin Science with UV Doux. And don't forget to join us for episode 3, Decoding Sensitive Skin, hosted by the fabulous Tanaz Irani with expert dermatologist Dr. Rashi Soni. We'll talk about why sensitive skin reacts to everything and how to finally calm it down. I'm Ankit Bhatla signing off. Stay radiant, stay curious, and keep it science-backed.